take a look back over here now. The U.S. had a total of 4 views. Thanks so much for all 4 of those views, by the way. I do appreciate every single one of them. Now I got a question for you folks in the U.S. I heard a news report that said, I think it said that 30% of the people who admitted to the hospital with COVID-19 symptoms have not been vaccinated. Okay, so 30% have not been vaccinated. What percentage of the people admitted to the hospital for COVID-19 symptoms have been vaccinated? That's your math question for today. And I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about why how the government is portraying COVID-19 right now, and how the news media continues to pull the toe the company line for the liberal media. Okay, so again, the question is simple. If 30% of the people, according to one news source, 30% of the people in the U.S. admitted to the hospital with COVID-19 symptoms, 30% of those people have not been vaccinated. Okay, so the question is, what percentage of the people admitted to hospitals with COVID-19 symptoms in the U.S. have been vaccinated? What percentage? Okay, that's the trick question for you today. All right. Of course. Hakura Nakamura. Hakura Nakamura.
Certificates are set up where they belong.
Okay, where are we here? Okay, so let's get the show on the road for America.
Sarah, you said you were buying a car today. I stayed up and crunched all the numbers. I already used Capital One Auto Navigator. I found my car online and got pre-qualified instantly. Well, since we're both up, who wants French toast? What's in your wallet?
Okay, America, let's see what's going on here.
For, the command.
I may actually do some additional plots for today because again, there's a lot of squawking on the media now, of course, about hospital beds and ICU, how the numbers are going up, and it's like, yeah, but okay, but how can the numbers be going if only 30% of the people, here's the thing, just because someone uh, gets admitted to the hospital doesn't necessarily mean they really needed to be admitted in terms of the severity of the disease. If I call a hospital and say, hey, I'm having symptoms of a heart attack, they will take me to the hospital. No questions asked. The fact that I'm not having a problem with heart at all is totally irrelevant. They're not going to sit there and tell me we don't see we don't see any symptoms. Okay, and I'm sure that's true with COVID-19 too. You call the ambulance because you have COVID-19 symptoms, and you go to the hospital. Okay.
I'm convinced. So anyway, that's my send off message right here. What am I going to end up with? Anybody that's been around long enough knows never. That's what I do in my crap. So I crap is my conventional wisdom for managing a Kubernetes application. Put it in a Git repo, check, validate, install, update, uninstall, and those are just descriptions about how to do those things. They may or may not be helm calls. They may or may not. That was definitely something back in my mind. Anyway, let's try to.
Okay, America. Also, want to invite you folks on YouTube to join me at 8 p.m. this evening Eastern Standard Time. It's on Twitch. There's a link in the description below. The 8 p.m. live stream is all about our programming and data analytics. Okay. Thanks so much. Let's get on with the show. So currently, since January of 2020, U.S. has had 46.8 million cases, 46.9 million cases. Okay, and let's say 760,000 deaths. Just make it a nice even number. Now, if we're currently averaging 71,094 cases per day, that'll project out for the next 12 months with 25.9 more million cases of COVID-19, with or without the vaccine. Okay, and we're currently averaging 1,221 deaths per day. That projects out for the next 12 months at 445,790 deaths for a single day for the period for the 12 for the over the next 12 months. So what you can see here, America, long, this is a pretty typical pattern we've seen on all the other reports. Long declining pattern for COVID-19 deaths or cases down here. Then we had this spike here in July. And of course, well, this saw this decline here, but now the numbers are the cases, declining cases are starting to stall out here. Yeah, but the point is this: what's it going to do for the next 2 to 3 months? Oh, well, is this it? Could this be it? From this point on, could it move sideways or down a little bit? Or will it be another late year rally in COVID-19 cases? Will catch the numbers back over here. Okay. What about deaths? Well, one note about deaths, we know for a fact that the COVID-19 deaths for 2021 first quarter are overcounted by a minimum of 4,000. How do we know that? Because the governor's office undercounted deaths for the governor of Ohio's office undercounted deaths for close to 4,000 during the fourth quarter of 2020, and instead added a missing 4,000 deaths onto the first quarter of 2021. So this number is 4,000 too high back there. But nonetheless, long declining pattern in deaths before climbing all the way back up to here. Okay, and finally falling back down a little bit here. It's too soon to tell what's going to happen here, because of all possibility, this number could drop all the way back down to here, which would really burst the balloon of the liberal media and the current administration. Okay, and you can see here again, this is why these numbers can be tricky because there isn't because in a yearly number you don't see the declines. Okay, but we know the numbers declined all the way up until about over here someplace. Okay, what about deaths? Well, deaths of course past 2021 deaths. Now again, the question is this it for the year? Is this the big spike for the rest of the year? Okay, or are we still going to have this after first year spike back over here? Are we going to see a double dipper? When we have bimodal uh, configuration, all the way down, then back up. Okay. So you can see all the way back over to here. This long declining pattern down into here. Okay. Long declining pattern over here, followed by another increase in deaths. Quarterly numbers. Well, the third quarter 2021 COVID-19 cases is the third most for any quarter so far. And the third quarter deaths the COVID-19 deaths for the third quarter of 2021 are the third most deaths of any quarter so far. So we can just zip on right by this here then. And take a look at the weekly numbers. Again, this long declining pattern down here. Then again, in July, for whatever reason, we had this big spike up. Is this Delta variant or is this people who haven't been vaccinated? Do we really know what caused what caused these cases? Okay. Okay, as far as deaths, just long declining pattern. Then we had the spike here again for falling back down. What about monthly cases? 5 months in a row we saw a decline in COVID-19 cases. Then we saw a 1-2 month increase followed by a 1-2 month decline again in cases. We had this nice pattern here 6 months in a row we had a decline in COVID 19 deaths. Then we had a 2 month increase followed by a third month where the numbers began to fall again. Deaths have fallen again in October, and we're obviously going to see, unless something's really go crazy next 2.5 weeks. November is going to be the second month in a row we had a decline in COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. Okay, now here's a question. On average, for every 100,000 people in the U.S., how many people have COVID-19? Well, the answer is right around 25. Okay, 25. For every 100,000 people in the U.S., how many people are dying per day from COVID-19? Well, the answer to this, let's just be generous and say one half of a person. Okay. Okay, America. Thanks so much for your time. Hope to see you this evening at 8 p.m. on Dave's Data Analytic channel. Thanks so much. We'll see you later on, folks.